Okay, so we are just hours away from tonight's final presidential debate. Will you guys be watching? I would only imagine, right? There is a lot on the line, especially given how the first debate went completely off the rails. I'm guessing it's going to get pretty nasty again. I hope not, but many speculate that it will. Despite all that, people are turning out in record numbers to vote. Get this, at least 42 million people have already voted. So take a look at these voters in Central Florida, unfazed by the pouring rain, waiting in line to cast their ballots, some without umbrellas, as you can see. So politics has gotten so nasty this year. We seem more divided than ever. We've been talking about that on the show, but I want you to check out this political ad featuring both candidates running for governor of Utah. Check out the difference.
We are currently in the final days of campaigning against each other to be your next governor.
And while I think you should vote for me,
Yeah, but really you should vote for me.
there are some things we both agree on.
We can debate issues without degrading each other's character.
We can disagree without hating each other.
And win or lose in Utah, we work together.
Wow. Now, Erica, do you think we can get back to that type of civility in politics, or are the issues so polarizing because they really do have to do with a lot of people's rights that only, in your opinion, does it or does it not lead to more divisiveness? The stakes are higher.
You know, I certainly would hope that we could get to a more civil place when it comes to politics, because we always act like there's a winner and a loser, and then the loser gets cast off into like oblivion, like they don't still live here. Like they live here too, and the tide can turn after each term is over. So we need to act like we're all still going to be here regardless of what the outcome is. And I think when you have two people who are sitting down talking about what they agree on and what they disagree on, that's just it. I mean, you can disagree and still, you know, be okay with someone. It's not okay in my book to oppress someone and then still be okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to come back to some sort of civility, you know, quote unquote, because right now things are just so far off the pendulum's map, right? We're so divisive, whether it be on social media, whether it be in our politics, whether it be the people running for president right now. We need to get back to some sort of sportsmanship, being a good neighbor. You know, even the loser ends up probably in some sort of politics anyway. So they're still part of our future. I don't understand why it's like I'm all in on red, and if you're not with me, you're against me and you're the enemy. Like we're going to go back to some sort of civil war. I mean, that's what this would ultimately lead to. I don't think it's going to get there. I think we're going to come back. The pendulum's going to swing back the other way, but we need to take an example from these two great men.
I agree, and I also think too, when you are so staunch in your opinion, you get rid of any type of conversation, and that's how you learn, that's how you evolve, that's how you become more tolerant, is when you have conversations. That's what this show is all about. Right. That's what we do on this show.
I think it's important, Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. I just I think it is important to say there are true reasons why people are 100%. This is the only way that I can live and survive, because we're talking about social justice issues. We're talking about equity and equality. We're talking about human rights violations. If that is up for debate, then that's a problem. So we're not just talking about policies and, you know, if our taxes should go up, or, you know, our real estate taxes should go up or not. That might come down to something that's fiscal and without anything to do with who the person actually is. But when you're talking about oppression...
Of course. But here's the thing, though, and this is where I'm going to push back. I agree with you, but if someone is so staunch, how are they supposed to change the mind of their fellow constituents to somehow become a better ally, or somehow become an ally to, hence, in the long term, save more lives? So I think it's counterproductive to be super staunch, because then you don't get the opportunity to actually be empathetic and help guide someone to also be empathetic. Does that make sense?
But the truth is, and I agree, I totally agree with what you're saying, but there are people who are committed to never changing their minds about the oppression of others. And those are people that you can't have a conversation with because there isn't empathy involved. And that's why people are so staunch in, I am going to make sure that my civil liberties and rights are protected along with my allies, but I'm not having conversations with people who are committed to misunderstanding anything I'm about, who I am or what I say.
Yeah, that's exhausting. I agree. That's a waste of energy. Okay, so a quick reminder, tonight after the big debate, oh yeah, our very own Tori and Al are hosting a post-debate analysis on Instagram Live. So be sure to go check out our Instagram page after the debate, okay?